Recently, Dana White said this quote: "You become a world champion in the UFC, you went through the baddest in the sport, in your division, that you can possibly fight." He continued, "So when you talk about a Kamaru Usman who went through them twice, you might not like Kamaru. You might not like whatever it is you don't like about him, but you cannot deny that he's the greatest welterweight of all time. You can't deny it." That's ridiculous for Dana to say. It's undeniable. If you know the history between Dana and GSP, you understand that he's just mad and saying that to diminish GSP's career. Just because he has an animosity towards him for retiring from the UFC twice, first with the welterweight title, and then the middleweight title. Dana felt like GSP played him. I remember after GSP fought Hendricks, Dana was fuming that he retired. Dana was saying he needed to give him a rematch. He even said that he thought Hendricks had won the fight. He wanted GSP to keep fighting to lose the title to a new champ, because by retiring with the titles, he took credit from the next champion. That is the reason he didn't let GSP fight Khabib. He knew GSP would just retire again. That is just the way that Dana is, petty and holds a grudge. I will break down GSP versus Usman, who is the best welterweight in UFC history, and by default, MMA. The answer is GSP. He had more skills, more accolades, more title defenses, got the title back after losing it, and got title at middleweight too. The only real blemish on GSP's resume is that he lost to Matt Serra. It's inexcusable. If Usman fought Serra 10 times, he would beat him 10 times. There is no universe or timeline in which he would ever lose to Serra. However, legacies can't be based on only one fight. The blemishes on Usman's record are too many losses, and he wasn't able to get his title back. He also wasn't able to avenge his losses. GSP in rematches beat the fighters who beat him. He would also have beaten Edwards and others who beat Usman. Don't get me wrong, Usman got close to becoming the greatest welterweight, but he lost his last 3 fights. It's unforgivable to have lost to the same guy twice, once by devastating KO, and that clearly got outpointed. Also, he got mauled by Khamzat in the first round, complete domination. A lot of people were starting to question who really was the best welterweight, including myself. However, that's more recency bias. GSP retiring at an early age of 32 really helped preserve his legacy, because if he kept fighting, as he got older, he for sure would have picked up a few losses along the way. His fight against Hendricks, he won by the skin of his teeth. This is how the fight would play out. GSP would keep Usman at range by using his kicks, and both would be trying to establish their jabs. For a while, it would be a jabbing contest. GSP would try and tire Usman by grappling when he creates an opening by misguiding Usman with his feints and jabs. GSP would probably not get the first takedowns attempted, but eventually he will time it properly and secure a takedown. He would also put Usman against the cage, and the lactic acid would build up in Usman's shoulders and muscles, making him slower and more predictable when they return to striking. GSP is quicker, so he would actually be landing his right hand and get Usman's respect striking, which would make him tentative to throw and would be more defensive. I could see GSP at some point even landing one of his signature Superman jabs or Superman right hands. Usman would be trying to set up the right hand, but GSP is too slick for that overhand right to land. Usman has never fought someone like GSP, so he would be a bit bewildered. Usman would win a round or two, but ultimately, GSP would win either by split or unanimous decision. There's no shame in being second best, which is what Usman is. Tell me in the comments below, who do you think is the best welterweight champion? If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thanks.